Welcome to Whether or Not and to What Degree podcast. I'm First Alert Chief Meteorologist Kendra Kent, along with Meteorologist Chrissy Kohler.
Hello.
Hey, it's not often we get together for a podcast, but we should do this more often.
We definitely should. It's nice to cross paths with you. I
Yes.
mean, we talk all the time on the phone, but seeing each other in person, we don't do this very often,
It's
do
good.
we?
We got mornings, we got evenings
Yes.
right here. And what we're getting together to talk about today is a common thing we share. We both have multiple children.
Yes.
It is back to school time. It's a Meteorologist Mom podcast.
Yes.
And we would have had Catherine Noel with us too, who has a little one at home, Owen. But because of the little one, she had conflicts of getting with us on this one. But
Yes.
shout out to her and for making those early mornings work. I mean, she's here at 3 a.m., works the morning shift and somehow still manages to look like she's rested. So I don't know how she does it.
I don't know how she does it either.
Yeah, it's a lot. Well, that gets me to my first question
Yes.
for you. You have a crazy schedule, and then obviously we're going to be going into the school year, and I love the summer because there's not as much structure.
Yeah,
And for
which is
me,
nice.
I don't have to worry about waking up super early in the morning to take the kids because I work nights.
Yeah.
But for you, it could be really beneficial to have that, little more structure to the time. So tell me about, I know that Knox is going to be starting kindergarten.
He is.
How are you feeling about that? Do you guys kind of have an idea of what your routine's going to be like?
I think that's one of the biggest things that I'm most anxious about right now is just that routine. So we've been lucky that for the last year, since Millie got into daycare, that the two of them have been going to the same place.
Yeah, that's so nice.
Yeah, and so ever since we started her and I came back from maternity leave about a year ago, Brooke drops them off in the morning. One of the two of us picks them up in the afternoon. We're going to the same place. We're coming home, and it's not a big deal. So this is going to be kind of a little bit of a challenge for us because now Knox is going to school and then going to an after-school program, and Millie's going to be in a different spot. And they're in opposite directions from the house.
Right.
So now trying to figure out who's going to pick up which kid and traffic and the later part of the day and what time are we doing all this kind of stuff and making sure we get them in time. So I think that's one of the most stressful things I've got going on right now is just trying to figure it out. And I know that like in 2 weeks we'll be into it.
Oh yeah, it's just going to be that kind of bumpy start, trying to figure out the best way to approach it.
Yeah. So, because obviously like my domain is the afternoons. My husband takes care of everything in the mornings, which is nice. But yeah, it'll be the afternoons for us. That'll be, I think, a little more of a learning curve for us.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's hard whenever. I mean, I didn't think I would ever miss all the money I was spending on daycare.
Right.
But having everyone in that one place was nice.
Yes.
But then once everybody got to school age,
Yeah.
so now we have a middle schooler in 8th grade.
Okay.
And then 2 third graders at a different school.
Yep.
So we're in that situation. And then both will be in after schools, but in separate after schools. So but that's all my husband because I'm here during the 5 o'clock news, which is around the time when they're picked up. So,
well, I know one of the challenges for you is you don't leave here until 11:30 at night, and then there will be mornings where you're texting me because you're like, "Oh, I'm taking Stella to school this morning."
Right.
So you're getting up early after what, 5 or 6 hours of sleep?
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
Yeah.
And not every time. Like we arrange it so that I give Brandon one morning where he doesn't have to get up, and he gives me one morning when I don't have to get up. Those are usually Friday mornings, so I might not text you back so fast on Friday mornings.
But I was waiting for you to text me first.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But luckily, it's about what you get used to, but that's why I am a little bit nervous about starting because I've been getting more sleep this summer and I'm worried my body's used to it.
Yeah.
So what I normally do is do the 11 o'clock show, go home. I try to go straight to bed.
Yeah.
It's really hard
It is
though.
hard.
I always equate it with it's like asking someone who works a normal 9 to 5 to go to bed at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like you need some time to unwind,
right?
So I tend to try to watch a little show or to read. Read is always the best, but I don't always make myself do that. But then I get up usually and take Stella to middle school, which doesn't start till 8:30.
Oh, that's nice.
So that
So
part's
that's a little
nice.
nicer, yeah.
My husband takes the boys most of the days, and they have to be there at 7:45.
It's so early.
So
Poor
early.
kids.
So they're up at like 6:30, and then I'll sleep an extra hour, which doesn't seem like much, but it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So if I don't get a chance to nap, I'll at least have gotten like 6 hours.
Yeah.
So, it is what it is. But I love it because I do feel like I'm having my cake and eating it too, or whatever that whole phrase is.
Yeah.
I may lose some sleep, and I think you probably feel the same way, but you're getting to do something you love.
Yes.
But also raising a family and
Yes.
being able to be there for your family.
Yeah.
Even though there are times when you're not, but I don't know, I think it makes our kids stronger knowing that we're out doing something we're passionate about.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, I may miss a soccer game in the evening every so often, but the great news is we've got a great boss here. We've got a great group of people that understand if I need to take a show off to go see an important game or whatever else it is. And same for you, like you're going to be off the first day of school, which is a huge day on the morning show.
Big day.
But
I know.
we get it. And I'm actually going to come and help out some that morning. But they even said I could leave at 7 so I could go take my kids to school. So Catherine's going to hold it down for the most part, but I'm going to come in and help a little bit. But I know how big of a day that is, first day of kindergarten. So.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't. It's one of those things where, like, I think I would have fought you if you'd said no, but you did say yes. You,
like,
you didn't
I
even
knew better than to say no to that one. No.
Yeah, no. It's just I think also too, you and I are so lucky that we have husbands who understand the nature of what we do for a living. That it's weird hours. We don't work bankers hours, 9 to 5, and so they're so willing to step up and kind of pick up those pieces that we're not always kind of there to pick up.
Absolutely.
So I think it makes it that much easier for us.
Yeah, this podcast is kind of a love letter to our husbands, isn't it?
True,
Because we're kind of saying all that they do
like
so that everyone else knows. Because it's, again, you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
It's really hard. And I know some do, and it's really hard. And I'm grateful that we have the support that both of us do have. And same with Catherine. You know, she's always talking about, like, her and her husband are a great partnership and making sure that, like, when she's not there in the morning, he's got the baby. And, like, I mean, really more of a toddler now. It's just funny. Everybody's kids are growing so fast. And we're such a cliche, but it's same thing. Like, I feel like you guys, at the baby stage, things happen really fast.
Yes.
And then I feel like you go into a middle stage from like 2 to 5 where it kind of like slows down, weirdly enough. I feel like it kind of did.
Yeah.
But it's like as soon as they hit school age, like I feel like Stella was just in 3rd grade and now she's in 8th grade. Like it just, there was something, and there's got to be some mathematical equation to explain it, because I truly believe that Stella went from like here to here and, you know, in like 2 seconds. And so I have a hard time wrapping my head around that. But
I do feel like that saying, the days are long, but the years are short.
Yeah.
It's such like it's so accurate. Like it's just, time just flies.
Yeah, and I'd say that to any mom watching who's like, oh my gosh, you know, like in the throes of the 2-year-old time frame. Like it really does go fast, and it, you know, it's, and anyone who's like thinking about having kids and a career and everything else, it is doable, but just know that there's gonna be times where you kind of have to sacrifice certain things. And but I'm just glad that you do that so that you can be on the morning news. And it's a wild life, but we make it work, huh?
Well, and that's the thing, is like you have to figure out what works for your situation. I think that's really the key, is like that communication with your partner, and the people around you who are helping with that, whether it's grandparents that are helping, or like you and I both have our kids in after school programs. And that was a big thing for us. We went back and forth as to whether or not to do after school, because technically I'm done by the time that my son is going to be out of school. However, my husband reminded me, he's like, think about all the things that you do between 2 o'clock and 4:30 when I usually go pick up the kids. He's like, you accomplish a lot in that 2.5 hours. So we made the decision to send him to after school to give us just that extra little time, because I go to bed when the kids go to bed.
Right.
So I don't get,
you don't have that time after they go to sleep.
Yes. So like that 2.5 hours once I get home from here is that time that I really accomplish a lot of stuff. So, and other people would make different decisions, but that was just the decision that worked for our family.
Oh, I think when you make a decision to give yourself a little bit of time, it's huge. And think about that time. You can like you can pick one day to go to the grocery store or just go work out. Like you and I talked about how hard it is. We both work out at the same gym. Sometimes we'll meet up. But how hard it is to squeeze in that time.
Oh my gosh.
And for sanity, I think we're better moms when we can do that stuff for ourselves.
Yes.
So yeah, and Knox and my boys will be at the same after school too. So they'll be playing and enjoying time together. It's good for them. Exactly. And they have homework time. So the good thing is usually the kids won't come home with a ton of homework to do. They get a little bit of help there. So,
which is so nice.
But I'm glad we could have this conversation. We just wanted to give you a little sneak peek behind what we go through as moms, as so many are getting back to the school routine. And of course, we'll be bringing you the latest on everything back to school over the next several days. If you're listening to this, though, this is on Friday, August 7th. But thanks for joining us for whether or not and to what degree the moms took over this time.
That's right.
We'll bring Jake back in next time, too, to talk a little more weather and such. But this sure was fun. So keep us in mind. If you have any ideas for future podcasts, you can either email either of us. Let us know, because we're hoping to get these out even more frequently as we get into the fall. All right, thanks for joining us.